let's get straight into it. Because if your marketing isn't working, it's not because you're bad at business. It's not because you're lazy, and it's not because you don't have the personality for content, no matter what everyone else says. And it's definitely because you're not trying, right? No, it's because your message is getting lost. And most business owners, they don't even realize it's getting lost. They can just feel it. They feel like they're trying to post and nothing's happening. Like they're talking and no one's listening. Like all the effort is somehow just completely disappearing the moment it goes live. So by the time we're done here, I want you to actually understand, 1, why your content isn't bringing in clients. 2, why social media feels busy and not effective for you and your business. And 3, how to fix your strategy without burning yourself out. But to start with that, the real question, why does doing everything sometimes still make you feel invisible? Why does doing everything sometimes still make you feel invisible? So, the easiest way to see the problem. Imagine walking into a store. There's no signs, there's no labels, no prices, and no direction. You're not gonna know what they sell. You're not gonna know who it's for, and you're not gonna know where to go to do anything with it. So you're gonna end up leaving, right? This is basically what your marketing looks like to your audience right now. It's not that they're ignoring you. They're just completely confused. They can't immediately tell what you sell, who it's for, why it matters, or how to actually get it. And here's what people don't realize. Even one of these unanswered questions in someone's mind is enough to stop them from moving forward and actually buying from your business. So confusion, it does not create curiosity. It's going to create hesitation, and hesitation kills conversions. But even when your messaging gets clearer, most people still struggle because clarity is not enough without direction being involved. So this is where I see people get stuck all the time. They fix one post or one caption or one hook, but their overall marketing still has no path. It's one tip today, something random tomorrow, a selfie, a sell maybe, and then absolute silence. Every post exists on its own little island. But marketing, it only works when people feel guided between different islands, like they're being walked somewhere, one step at a time. And here's the part that most people don't expect. Search engines, social media algorithms, and actual humans, they're all wanting the same thing. They want a connected message. They want repeated ideas, a clear direction. They want to see visually exactly what you sell and what you do. And without that, even good content is going to get lost. And even when people do start seeing your message, there is another mistake that almost everyone makes, and it's because they don't repeat the good message enough. This one, okay, it always surprises people. If you're tired of saying it, your audience is just now hearing it. Marketing is repetition. Branding is repetition. Trust is repetition. You have to repeat yourself. People do not buy the first time that they hear something. They buy it after they've heard it enough times to recognize it immediately. Think about teaching a kid. You don't explain something once and then expect it to stick forever. Your audience, they're no different. They need to hear your offer, your value, your story, your transformation over and over and over and over again. You can say it in different ways, but you have to repeat it before it all clicks for them. But here's the kicker. Repetition, it only works if your content is actually solving the right problems. So this is where a lot of content fails quietly. People pay attention when you solve a problem that they feel, not a problem that you think sounds impressive. So most business owners come to me and their post, they have pretty graphics, aesthetic photos, some generic tips in there, some random updates, but none of it is what your audience is actually stressed about. So good marketing, it says, I know exactly what you're struggling with. And here's how what we sell helps. If your content doesn't make someone feel understood, they're not going to trust you to help. And here's the thing, even when your content finally hits the right problem, most people still lose momentum because their audience doesn't know what to do next. So the fix for this is almost too simple, and that's why people skip it. You have to tell people what to do. Say, click here, DM this word, grab this freebie, book now. People won't guess. They're not gonna assume that this is what you want them to do. And they're not gonna connect the dots for you. Without a clear call to action, your funnel is going to break. Even if your content follows all of the framework and is amazing, if you don't tell them what to do, they're not gonna do it. But even with a great CTA, you can still fall short. So even with a great call to action, you can still struggle if you're trying to do all of this on your own. Here's the truth that nobody ever says out loud. But your marketing, it isn't broken. You're just completely overloaded. You're trying to plan strategy, write copy designs, create your graphics, edit videos, track analytics, run your business. And of course you're inconsistent because you're doing all of these things. You're exhausted. And it definitely is gonna feel a lot harder than it should. That's why people come to my agency. They don't want more ideas. They want a structure that they can follow. They want their messaging cleared up. They want their content created and systems running and analytics interpreted, all done for them, so that marketing becomes something consistent that you can do and not a drain. And once you have support, the fix is way simpler than people expect. Look, if you're feeling overwhelmed with your business, here's where to start. You're not creating more content. You're gonna tighten 3 things. Your messaging. Explain what you do, who you help, and the problem that you solved. Your consistency. Create a rhythm that you can actually maintain day to day. And your CTAs, or call to actions. You need to tell people the next step every single time. Fix these 3, and you've already repaired most broken marketing. Skip them, and this is usually what ends up happening. When these pieces aren't in place, engagement's gonna stay low. Your content's gonna feel aimless, kind of lifeless, honestly. Inquiries are gonna stay unpredictable, and you're gonna feel like you're shouting into a void. And so you restart again, and again, and again. Not because you're bad, but because you're doing this without a map. And there's actually a really fast way to assess all of this without burning yourself out in the process. So here's a 3-day fix for you if your marketing seems like a struggle. Day 1, write a clear sentence describing exactly what you sell. Day 2, choose 3 topics that you're going to repeat all month about your business. And then day 3, add cleared call to actions to every single piece of content that you create the next month. This fixes clarity, it creates consistency, and it builds conversation. Only in 3 days. And once you do this, you'll finally see why your marketing feels different than everyone else's. So, what is actually wrong with your marketing? It's nothing complicated. It's nothing mysterious. It is just confusion, a little bit of inconsistency, and a missing direction. When your message is clear, your content is going to have a path, and your audience is going to know exactly what to do next. And then your marketing just works for you. If you want us to build this whole system for you, the messaging, the content, the strategy, all of it, without burning yourself out, that's exactly what we do for our clients. So feel free to DM me, contact me, let me know, and we can go over exactly what this could look like for you and your business. If you're not ready for that yet, that's completely okay. If you head to our website, we actually have a bunch of freebies, some prompts available for you, things to kickstart your business growth. That way you are not alone in all of this. If not, just implement these few steps and you will see massive improvements in your marketing and feel more confident in what you're posting. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.